At Uriah Faber's A1 Combat 9, my next guest finished his opponent. He is the winner of his last four pro fights, all by way of submission. And he joins me tonight from Long Beach, California, my friend Eugene Correa, Mr. Conquistador. Welcome to my show. It's always a pleasure, man. I'll always love talking to you. Glad we can do this after your fight. Congratulations, by the way.
Likewise, brother. Likewise, Tyler. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well, I have to tell you, first and foremost, there was one thing that you told me the last interview that we did. I wrote it down, and I'm looking at my paper because I don't want to misquote you. I need to stay humble so I don't get humbled, and that was in reference to fighting in front of your hometown in Long Beach against a really tough opponent. But I felt like there was like a lot of pressure on your shoulders going into this one. Can you tell
Oh
me
yeah,
like what was
most
that
definitely.
experience like in the build up to the fight? Like
Yeah.
was all the pressure there that you thought it would be when I last spoke with you?
Oh yeah, bro, for sure. I mean, the news media around Long Beach got the word that I was fighting hometown. I'm from Long Beach. I'm the only Latino in history to be from Bellator and ex-Bellator fighter. I'm the current only Latino and Mexican American here fighting MMA from Long Beach native, and I felt like a lot of people were hitting me up. A lot of it was my students, everybody. When you're a coach too, like part time, you're kind of like, hey, people are asking you, how are you gonna end it? Like, hey, can't wait to see you get a knockout. Can't wait to see you get a submission. So you get a little like, okay, you get a little pressure for sure. You get a little pressure, and it's normal, I guess. But in my case, it was just a lot, man. Like, okay, but it's okay. I dealt with it fine, man. I think I dealt with it fine. I think found out and I seen the mistakes I did and I need to work on, which is something great. In the sport, you get to see where you try to get too fancy on and where you could have got lost, you got hurt and lost, or where you could have just done plan A instead of plan B or C and just end the fight faster. And it's okay. Like I got some pressure, but it was okay. And also, I had to prove some people wrong, man. There's some people that for sure don't want me doing good in my city, man. Too. I don't know if to call them fans or friends, but some of those assholes are like psychopaths, man. You don't know if they want, some of these people are weird, man. They're down to be there for you a year or two, and then like, oh fuck that guy, he sucks. I
Mm-hmm.
knew it, all this crap, and then you die. They'll be at your funeral crying, and then they just spit on your name like a week ago. It's like, dude, make up your mind. So many people hating, and so people like. Honestly, bro, I don't know who loved me and who didn't, but I just knew how to go do my thing, man, for my family, for myself.
The game plan against this guy, we knew he was a wrestler. I think of you, I think of
Yeah,
striking, but I also think of jujitsu. I think of a pretty well-rounded guy. I know not everyone may say those words. I think a lot of people would look at you and say like jujitsu is the first thing they think about. But I think about more things because I've seen all of your fights. I wanted you to tell me
yeah.
when you looked at this kid, you knew about his wrestling. You knew what his game plan was probably going to
Oh
be.
yeah, for sure. I knew he. I already knew right off the bat what he was gonna think he could do. You thought I was gonna go out like these other white belts, man, that you've been taking down, beating up on, blue belts, wherever. I knew this guy wasn't gonna. He was gonna break a little bit once I started elbowing him off my back. Once I started playing jiu-jitsu at another level that his other victims didn't do. And when they showed me, like, hey man, he fought this guy, he beat this guy by this, he's gonna try to take you down, bro. And I already knew the other guys didn't have real fights like I did. Man. I've done bare fists, man. Done bare fists. Look how dark my knuckles are.
Right.
They're pretty scar tissued out, man. And they're pretty big. So when they connect, man, they're gonna hurt. But not to be cocky, but to be straight up. This guy, I knew once I chin checked him, man. Right when the round end started, man, I threw that jab, that leg kick. The two rocked him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he stumbled, and I knew that. I just needed one more hit, and I was trying to get a fast knockout, bro. Within 10 seconds, bounce back on my striking wins instead of submission, especially in my hometown, man. Like I'll say it again, man. Like people out here are not really fans of grappling. They're more banging it out dudes. They grew up with that we grew up in that era, bro, in Long Beach, where you have
Yeah.
to fight a fair one, and if you don't, you get jumped. You
Right.
grab and shit for a little bit, you're getting stopped by the homies, man. That's what I grew up with, and that's what is known out here. So I grew up with, okay, just bang it out toe to toe. All right, that's what I did, and he took me down. And I realized, okay, I got to do it. I got to do it the plan B way, right? Show him I'm the superior grappler. At the end of the day, it's always been wrestling, this jiu-jitsu. Those are the main martial arts. And when it comes to the ground, I think Sambo and Judo are up there too. But we gotta be honest, wrestling and jiu-jitsu have always gone back to back. And I had my coaches there, man. I had my 10th planet black belt coach, Felix Carrada. I know there was people watching me, bro. They're not gonna talk about it, but I know Eddie Bravo was watching. I know there was other people watching. I had past coaches watching, love me or hate me. I don't care how they feel now, but I know they were right there watching, man. What else is there to do on a Saturday night, bro? I knew I had some love and hate, man.
Thinking about it to myself, like, I'm watching the fight unfold,
Hmm.
and I'm thinking of it if I'm like the coach from the opposite corner.
Right.
And for me, it's like, okay, I know like he's a wrestler, but I think if I were
Yeah.
his coach, and maybe this is why I'll never be a coach, maybe this is why I'll never be in the same zip code as a coach, but I would look at that and
Okay.
be like, okay, we're going to throw an overhand right away, and we're not going to go for that takedown. Well, like we're going to let him put his hands down, and then we're going to freaking like throw an uppercut in his face and try to knock this guy out. Like I'd be like, I'm going to do the exact opposite of what this guy thinks, which is we're the takedown. That's like somebody like you's gonna know that. So I'd be like, no,
Yeah.
let's like stand and bang with this guy for a little while. So for me, I was looking at that and I was like, I wonder if he's gonna do.
Lost too. I lost with an uppercut, right? But if you really watch that fight that I lost to uppercut too, I got
Mm-hmm.
eye poked. And when I got hit with the third uppercut, I got dropped, but I wasn't knocked out, bro. I was on my guard. I was ready to put in butterfly hooks and
Mm-hmm.
work my jits, man. Whether leg lock or up kick or even just get guard, whatever it was, or get back up, man. But it's okay. That I was the last fight that Bellator card. I was post limb or prelim last card, that last fight of the card for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that was a perfect example of what I said earlier, man. You gotta watch what you say nowadays. People are sensitive. People misunderstand things on purpose. It's an ego trip society, man. Instead of just ringing someone up and saying, "Hey, man, did you really mean it like this?" Clearing it up and chopping it up saves friendship, saves contracts, saves everything, man. I think they didn't put me back in Bellator because I sold good tickets, man. I honestly, bro, I got the fight ended pretty fast. It should have gone to the ground. If anybody that watched it, man, it should have gone. It should have continued to the ground, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got hit hard, but I was awake, bro, and I was moving my legs and I was ready to snatch with my arm, bro. Now, I'm not saying that his shit was not legit. It was legit, man. He flipped me, and it was my first time fighting someone with longer reach than me. So that was
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find really a lot of sparring partners with longer reach at my weight class. So I give him all respect, but that fight should have continued. But this guy, you're right. You're right. Maybe he should have. But maybe he'll learn from this too. Just like I'm learning a lot from everybody, man.
I
I'm
really
just
liked
lesson.
it. I really liked a lot of the things that you demonstrated over the course of this fight. You're
Right.
really active on the ground. Your opponent, I could tell he was really, really tough. But there's two things that separated both of you. Number one, I thought your striking was a lot more dialed in than his, and your cardio was a lot better. All due respect to your opponent. He's an in shape guy. He's a very like he pressed the action, particularly in the first round, but we saw him
Yeah.
slow down. I don't know like how much more this guy has. I was like, I don't know where we are on the cards because you just never know what these judges are looking at or how they might have this scored. I'm
Mhm.
looking at this. I'm like, I'd rather be Correa right now because he's the fresher guy. He's going to figure out a way to like end it, and then you did shortly thereafter.
They
But
weren't gonna give it to me though. I'm not gonna say names, but they weren't gonna give it to me, man. I heard the fight. I heard what they were saying, and
running this podcast is a ton of work. That's why I like to unwind. I like to have a couple beers. I like to have a glass of wine or two every once in a while. It doesn't take much of it to make me feel like trash the next day. Headaches, upset stomach. We've all been there. It's the worst. Your weekend is completely ruined. That is why my go to is pregame. It is a revolutionary elixir from my friends at Vitali Boost. One scoop with a glass of water before you indulge and another before you go to bed is the only investment you need to make to be on track for a productive next day. It's not just for drinkers. Fighters love it too. After hitting the scales, I know what you do. You go and you grab a sports drink or you grab something else to get you the electrolytes that you need. I personally know some fighters who use this as their go to coming off the scales because they want the electrolytes without the sugar, the artificial flavors, or any of the other garbage that you'll find in other products. Go to vitaliboost.com and use my code basement at checkout to let them know that I sent you. You'll get a discount for your trouble. You've got nothing to lose. It's a 60-day money back guarantee, and we ship this stuff worldwide. Check it out. The link for this is in the description. I know you're gonna love it.
I have that vibe energy, bro. Like I just knew right off the bat he was the favorite. I don't know if they have a thing where they train together, they cross train gyms. I was getting a lot of negativity from getting taken down. Like, hey, who was doing more striking? Who was doing more submission attempts? Who was doing more sweeps on the ground? Who's controlling more on the ground? Even though I was taken down, the guy most of the time, 75% of the time was on my guard, bro. There's
Yeah.
only that second round for 2 minutes that he was on my mount, that he was on the
Mm-hmm.
mount. But how many times did I what was I on control, on guard, or lockdown, or swept them? Was in a submit. I had probably like 10 submission attempts, eight submission attempts, bro. Like and probably like four sweeps. So just like he take me down, I had almost a sweep, and every time he took me down. So I don't know where like, okay, let's just say, I'm gonna be humble enough to even say it went 50-50 on the ground. What about on the feet? It was 9.5 out of 10 strikes landed by me, bro. For people to say, oh, they think they're gonna give it to him, oh, they think he won first and third and all this bullshit. Like, dude, it is what it is, though. I understand, man. Like, maybe I'm not that known, maybe I'm not. I show love, man. All you can do is show love and be respectful, and you're not meant to be liked in this whole planet, man. Like, there's gonna be people that dislike you a bit for your style or for who you are. That's cool. I'm not saying that they think that or they aren't, but at least from the vibe I got, the tone, some comments being said, like I felt like if it would have gone to the decision, bro, my main thing is that I knew that they were gonna give it to him. My coaches told me, hey, you need to end this third round. Stop fucking around, end it. They didn't tell me how because they knew I could end it, top or ground. They just knew that the the first couple minutes, they knew. They knew. But look at the upkick. Come on, man. With someone with so much. I don't know. Like, come on. You
Yeah.
don't really didn't know if that was illegal or not. Like, come on. You know what though? Where was the point deduction there? Where's my point added on my side? Like, just in case they want a decision, where was
Mm-hmm.
the, hey, Eugene? You know what? We fucked up. Here's this point, brother. Boom.
Right.
Just to get you that pass in case it goes to decision and they try to say some shit. So that's when I knew. Okay, I see how it's going. I had to put those hands in, man. And once I got that neck, that's, I don't know, third, fourth time, second. I don't know if it was third, fourth. Yeah, I was like, okay, it's done. I'm gonna not like it's done. I mortified it. I knew he was gonna. I knew he thought that I was gonna get a Marcelo, bro, Marcelo Garcia. But I modified it to where you put your palm underneath, use your fucking bicep, and it's a wrap. With hooks or no hooks, I got your neck, bro. And you can't do a I'm probably saying too much, but you can't do a Von Flu, bro, when you got
Mm-hmm.
your fucking bicep underneath choking this. You get
Mm-hmm.
Von Flu when this is over and they get underneath his arm and this just choking me from the side.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that, okay, I got this guillotine modified to the best it could.
Well,
Once
and
he
I
passes,
knew.
if he does pass my butterfly hooks for whatever reason, 'cause wrestlers are good at passing that leg, man. They'll push and they're strong, man. They'll push, and they'll clear those. They'll get a side control they need to, man. So I was like, okay, once I got one, I'm gonna get it regardless, bro.
I didn't think he had it.
So I
I
believed
didn't.
in it.
I didn't think he had anything in the gas tank to fight you. I knew after the up kick, even though he got like a little breather out of that, I was like,
Mhm.
it's still not going to make a difference. I was
Oh, I
like,
was gonna get up after I got up after the kick. I was ready to just ground and pound them, bro. Just
mm-hmm.
grab him by the hair and just ground and pound. Boom, boom, boom. Not just playing. Not grab by the hair, but like, you know what I mean. I was back in the
I
'90s.
know
They
what
would have
you
done
mean.
some shit
I
like
know
that,
what you
though.
mean.
Grab by
Well,
back
you
in the
would.
'90s, they would for sure would have done that, though.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. I would have framed and then use my reach to use my ground and pound and 1-2 hits and would have ended, bro.
and you had to
Because
have
I knew.
known. You had to have known at that point in the fight, like just sensing that blood in the water. Like he doesn't. He's on fumes, and I know I have it. You had to
Oh,
have
I knew,
sensed that.
bro. It connected so clean on his eye, bro. And but I gotta admit, bro, he has a great chin. Like I hit him with the best I had, bro. And but I also was being wise using my reach. I didn't want to get in too close. I this time was like, okay, I'm gonna use my 1-2 better, and then less hooks. I'm more of a hook guy, more of a get in, use my left hook and try to knock it out faster. But he has the chin, bro. I hit him with a head kick. I hit him with honestly, bro, the spinning back kick. I don't know how he didn't drop. That's when I knew, okay, this guy's made out of steel, man. He's a tough dude. His jeans, those fucking Irish warrior jeans, bro. And I respect him, bro. Like he's a tough dude. First of all, man, like Irish people, Mexican people, or Spanish people don't have any beef, man. Like when we lost our land, bro, like Irish people had our back in the Alamo. So,
Hey, I,
outro and crowd, bro.
it's a big stage. You go out there, you get the finish in front of your people, you get a very important win. And we'll talk about what I think that means. But more importantly, talk to me about, like, after the fight, like backstage, did you meet up with your opponent? Did you get to exchange some pleasantries with that guy? Because Owen Craw, like, he's I want to see that guy fight again. I think he's really good. And I seem to sense like a lot of a mutual respect between the two of you.
Yeah, I think he had a good fight, bro. Hey, that was a good fight, man. I can't remember if he asked for a picture or someone just said, "Hey, let me take a picture of you guys," and we took a picture.
That's cool.
I don't know if it was his phone or his buddy's phone, but that was it, bro. I just said good night, man. Have fun out here, and it is what it is. But like, you're a beast fighter, bro. I can't remember exactly what I said, but I give him props, man. And he walked away. But the fact he came to my corner, where I was getting like feared and all this, and getting ice and stuff, to say what's up and good fight, that meant a lot. It meant a lot. A lot of fighters. That's the first time that ever happened. Actually, I don't remember. Yeah, actually, that's the first time I had a fighter come backstage or follow me after and show love, man. Everybody I've ever fought, bro. Like, I'm not claiming to have the most fights, but everybody I competed with or have had fights with, like, usually just they won't even go back. They won't even check up on you after if they win or lose.
Mm-hmm.
They won't follow you. They'll if anything, they'll look at your stories now and there, but like that's it. Like genuine love, like coming up to you backstage and saying, "Hey, good shit, dude." Just hug it out, boom. Like very rare kind, and he's for sure rare of a breed to do that, man. Because I've had different stories. I've had dudes try to fight me after the match or something.
Yeah.
After, yeah, there was this guy named Ike Kali, bro. He at the Worlds in Texas, bro, at the SJJIF. There's IBJJF and then there's SJJIF, right? But I did it at open weight, bro. I beat him, bro, by points, and this guy was just like that, like, dude, like, you're not. And then he told one of my ex coaches, like, dude, I fought last week. That's why I lost. Like, dude, like, you're just mad. You're 280. You've been wrestling since 2001.
Mm-hmm.
And you're fucking 200. You're a black belt, and you claim to be. He said he was a sambo champion, world champion sambo. He did the Pan Ams. He was an NCAA All American champion. Dude had like 100 pounds on me, and I outclassed him with my skill, and he got mad, bro. I've had people. I'm not gonna say names anymore, man. I probably shouldn't talk about them. The past. But I've had people not show me love, not
Yeah.
show me love at all. Just try to humiliate, or not, just try to just pretend. Just go on, and I respect him for that, bro. He showed a lot of love. He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Well, as far as like what's next for you, this is my opinion. I'm looking at things. I'm looking at the what's going on in A1 right now. At the time of this recording, A110 has already happened. I covered that event, and to fill you in and to fill everyone else in who may not
Okay.
know, the lightweight championship was this weekend. It just happened. The title's still open for grabs, though. It was a title fight between Majidine and Sanchez. Majidine wins the fight, but he misses weight. So the title's still out there. It's a vacant lightweight title. It's still out there. There's no champion. Sanchez just lost, so I highly doubt they're going to give him an opportunity. This would seem for there to be an opportunity for somebody like you to presumably fight a guy like Majidine to get this title shot. Like that to me, that seems fair. You've won 2 fights in a row
Yep.
with A1, 2 finishes too. And I'm looking at it, and that's just kind of what I see. And I'd like to get your thoughts on what how you feel about it.
I mean, first of all, congrats to the winner, right? That's pretty cool. I haven't been following up with them much ever since I found out my title strap got give or title strap opportunity got given away, right? To someone else. I was like, okay, keep training, heal up a little bit from this. I had a surgery on my nose, and slow things work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, birthday came up, but just letting time fly and seeing what God puts in my path, man, really, because that's at the end of the day, it's His call, and if it wasn't meant for me to fight for the strap, it wasn't meant, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But if it comes to me, bro, I'm gonna take it, dude, and that's just what it is, man, because you only live once, and I've been in this game for a minute too, so I don't care, I don't care who it is, I don't care, you know, what background or what they got to think about me, man. I'm just here to live once and follow this dream that God put in my brain, man. And it's nothing personal. They probably got the same dream, so they got the same dream. They're doing what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll take it, man. I'll take it, and they know it, and they've offered it to me, but it didn't wasn't give it to me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay. Like, hey, like maybe give me more time to prep. Like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I'll just look at it on the bright side, man. Really.
Well,
Um, but yeah, congrats to them fighting, being warriors, and there's nothing bad to say. And all love right here, man.
I wanted to give you the final word. I think it's really exciting, but before I do, I just simply wanted to say I think the rest of 2023 is a really important year for you. A couple more wins if you keep, especially if you can compete for a title shot. I think that would be really huge for your career. You look at the UFC, you look at the 155-pound weight class. I It's crazy because it hasn't been like this for a very long time, but I'm seeing more opportunity in that class. And I haven't said that in a very long time. But a lot of guys are leaving
Yeah.
now. A lot of guys are just, they've moved on, they've retired, and that means more opportunities for people like you to fill the void. So you have to be
And I
thinking,
feel like they're offering. Yeah, thanks, bro. Thank you, man. I feel like they're offering more slots, right? Because
mm-hmm,
there's more shows now. UFC could afford more shows. I mean, when I was growing up in the in the 2090s, early 2010s,
be like
it would
a,
have to be a pay-per-view. Not
yeah,
now you can see it on, all these channels. You get the free ones, you get the prelims. You see shows almost every other weekend, bro. So
mm-hmm,
back then it would be like, okay, there's UFC in 2 months.
right.
There's
Now
gonna be
there's
a
a card
UFC
every
show,
weekend.
in 2 months, 3 months. So I know it's up for grabs being there, man. But once again, it's God's plan, man. And I'm just gonna right in front of the joystick, bro. Whatever opportunity comes, I'm playing it, man. I'm doing it, and I gotta put that there's no fear in this game, man. Just we're renting this body out, man. Like I'm just here for a bit, man. My soul lives on after, so it'll be a blessing being in the UFC, man. It'll be like, dude, I'll fucking cry, man. But we'll see. First I gotta think about this title, like you said. It might be offered to me, but if it doesn't, then it is what it is. I have to look elsewhere or whatever other slot comes or opportunity comes. Then that was the sign God wants. I can't get mad or happy. Like, hey, it is what it is. But you're right, Tyler. Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I don't know what else to say besides that.
Hey, you don't have to do a lot of talking. Your fights do all the talking for you. 4 fights in a row, four stoppages. I think that's really special. And I'd like to see you get an opportunity. I'd like to see you get a big fight. And I would also like for you to have the
Thank you,
last
bro.
word, my friend. I know you have a lot of people that work with you. So whoever you'd like to thank before I let you go, why don't we knock that out?
First of all, I would like to thank you because you're, cool ass dude, man. And
Thank
shout
you.
out to your son. That's same birthday as me, man. What a coincidence. So happy birthday to your kid in front of everyone watching. Um, just shout out to people supporting me, bro. Not people not second guessing me. People showing love. You don't have to buy a ticket. Just reaching out, being loyal, man. Just being a loyal friend, being a loyal student, being a being a fan or being family, man. Whatever you want to call yourself. I'll take that, man. If you showing love, you showing love. And shout out to my sponsors. I've mentioned them in my bio on my posts. Besides that, man, shout out to A1. Shout out to all the promotions that give me a shot. So at the end of the day, burn bridge or not, like or bad opportunity or good opportunity or win or lose, like it was still opportunity. I got to learn. So hey, I can't sit here salty. Like hey, more shots will be given to me. So I look forward to that. And besides that, man, just keep trying to put on a show for everyone that's a fan of this sport, bro. And for the people wishing me bad, the people that have turned their back on me, not even saying fuck you, man. Really, just hey, deuces, good luck. That's your own karma biting your ass back. So, I ain't tripping. Besides that, man, thank you, Tyler, for having me on it, and thanks for being a cool ass dude. Like I said, man,
Well, it's
showing love, man, and give me some time on the podcast. It's cool getting to know you, bro, and I appreciate your support, bro.